The topic this morning is the building of the United States Colored Troopers statue that is in the National Cemetery off Gallatin Road. And we have with us to talk about the building of this National Cemetery that is in the National Cemetery off Gallatin Road, the model of the statue himself, Mr. Bill Radcliffe. And of course, Mr. Radcliffe, let me welcome you to the show this morning.
Thank you, Doctor.
And as I think it has been indicated that you are in reality a reenactor.
Yes, sir.
And what I tried to do during the first segment is to simply introduce you as to who you are, and to have you during this first segment to talk about yourself and some of the activities that you've been involved in that eventually led you to us. And when we come back during this second segment, recognizing that this is an attempt to try to commemorate the celebration of the Civil War in the state of Tennessee, and we have the privilege of having a reenactor with us, we thought we'd like to take advantage of that and to allow this segment 2 and 3 to be devoted primarily to reenactment kinds of activities that you are familiar with.
Yes,
and so let's start off by having you to give us some information about your background, your education, and some of the things that were important in terms of eventually leading you to us this morning. And then after this commercial break, we'll get back into your reenactment.
All right, sir. Well, thank you. It's a pleasure to be here, and thank you for asking me. My background, it's primarily that I just retired from the Nashville Fire Department almost 2 years ago. I had 27 years with them. I've been reenacting for approximately almost 25 years. I went to college at Fisk University. I did serve during the Vietnam War, United States Navy. I was raised in Detroit, Michigan. I left there when I was 17, so basically my youth was spent here. So this is where I grew. I married a beautiful lady here, and by marriage I've got 5 grandchildren. Reenacting has been a blessing for me. I've always enjoyed history. My father was a soldier in World War II. And as a child, I used to sit up underneath my dad and my uncles and his friends, and they were always talking about their experiences, but they weren't the kind of experiences that were tragic. They were always laughing about something, and I used to enjoy listening to them. I had a great uncle that served in the First World War. I had several cousins that were in the Korean conflict and cousins in the Vietnam War before I joined. My family's background is military. My brother was an Army officer during the Desert Storm conflict. So, you know, I've got that background, and I'd be remiss if I didn't speak of my ancestor. I have a cousin who was a former slave. He was a soldier in the United States Colored Troops, and he won the Congressional Medal of Honor in the Civil War at Petersburg, Virginia in 1864. Sergeant Major Edward Radcliffe. So I got a lot to be proud of, and I try to remember who I represent when I put this uniform on, because it's not only the brothers in the Civil War, it's all of our people, because we've been in every incident and conflict this country has ever been in. We've always stepped up and stepped forward. Ergo, the Tuskegee Airmen, the 13 from the U.S. Navy, Second World War, everybody, from Crispus Attucks to Colin Powell. So with that in mind, you know, it seems like it's my mission to keep our history alive, to give some pride to our community, our young folks, because they need to know that what they have today, it wasn't just given to them.
Good.
Okay, the civil rights warriors of the 50s and 60s, you know, we saw that. And, you know, I got to know a few people that did what they had to do just to get the right to vote. So all of this, to me, is very important, and I'm blessed to have a group of guys I'm associated with here locally my organization, the 13th United States Colored Troops, we represent that unit that fought in the Battle of Nashville, and they were prominent in the victory. So that's why we do what we do.
Very good. And of course, what we're going to do now, Mr. Radcliffe, is to take a short commercial break, and then we'll come back, as we promised the audience earlier, to give you an opportunity during the second and third segment to go into character. And I think that this should be quite interesting to all of us. And we'll be back with our audience following this very, very short commercial break.